This video, I kind of just wanted to talk about habits, and mainly coming from me finishing 75 hard yesterday, or today is actually technically the day that I finished 75 hard, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience with it and kind of think about how habits are super important, because I think a lot of people really don't appreciate there is beauty in making habits, and I don't know, I just feel very, very strongly about them. But for those of you that don't know what 75 hard is, typically the main way 75 hard is done is it's a 75-day challenge where you abstain from alcohol. You do no alcohol, 2 workouts a day. You drink, I think, 4 litres of water a day or 3.5 litres of water a day. You have to read every day. You have to journal every day. You have to take a progress pic every day. And I think there's something else that I'm forgetting. But that's the main 75 hard. I did that last year. It was very difficult. But I did actually do it, which I was very proud of myself for. And it kind of encouraged me once again to try it again, because after I stopped, I feel like with the original 75 hard challenge, it is too much for most people. So for someone like me, I didn't really continue any of the habits that I built up. I didn't go to the gym during that 75 hard because I had like a bunch of self-doubt issues at the time. So I didn't have the motivation to, so I just walked twice a day. But also, I just didn't pick up on reading or anything like that. So what I did this time around was, I kept up with the water. So I had 3.5 litres of water per day for 75 days. I did 10 minutes of Duolingo a day, just to learn a new language. 10 minutes of driving theory a day, because I still need to pass my test. I journaled every day. I still did that, but I made the journaling a lot easier for myself, and I didn't do much. I just did like a small notebook, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just writing. I changed it to 1 workout, not even per day. I just tried to do 4 times a week so that I could get in a good routine. So I aimed for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the gym. No unhealthy snacks whatsoever. That was the thing I forgot at the beginning. No unhealthy snacks. I kept that. So I didn't have any chocolate, any crisps, anything like that. I had to do an extra push-up every day, depending on what day it was. So yesterday I did 75 push-ups because it was day 75. And then I did the progress pic at the end. And honestly, I just found this way better for me. The original was so difficult, and especially, I'm not going to go into it, but I had a lot going on at the time. This one felt a lot more manageable. I think I was in a much better state of mind to do it, because I knew that I didn't have to try overly hard and really push myself to the point where it was going to break me. But I'm coming out of it thinking that, like, yeah, I can definitely keep up with my habits now. I mean, water is 3.5 litres of water is a lot of water. I think you should have like 2.5 litres a day. It's recommended. I really want to try and stick to that, because I know water is super important. So I'm going to try and not do 3.5, but if I could try and get 2.5 litres a day, I think that's still really good. And that's only 4 refills of my water bottle. Like, it's not that much. I'm quitting Duolingo. Duolingo was actually the hardest thing for me in this challenge. I did not enjoy it. I learnt Mandarin, for those wondering, because I actually learned it as a kid, and I really enjoyed it. But I think it's a lot better when you're being taught it rather than Duolingo teaching you. Driving theory I'm going to keep up with, because I've got a test coming up and I need to practice for it. But that's something I'm super proud of myself for. I started off 75 days ago not knowing any of my driving theory, like, at all. apart from the bare, like, you know, simple shit. Now I know everything. I did a mock test. I finished everything on the app on like day 50, and then from that point I just did mock tests. I think the lowest I've got in a mock test is like 44 out of 50. Like, I pretty consistently get like 49 or 50 out of 50, which is great. Journaling I would like to keep up with. It's a lot easier when it's tiny. Like, I can't show you, obviously, but I have a tiny notebook. It's like A5. It's tiny, but it's really helpful. It's just nice to write my feelings down from time to time. Sometimes I only wrote one sentence if I just had a really bad day, but I still counted it because that's just how I was feeling. Gym. Actually, I'll save gym for last. Unhealthy snacks. I'm going to start eating like shit. I'm going to Berlin. At the time of recording this, it's Tuesday the 25th. I'm going to Berlin on Friday. I'm going to eat a lot and I'm going to drink a lot. But that's fine. I think I deserve that. I have a really bad like obsession with chocolate and things like that. So I'm hoping that because I've maintained this 75 hard a lot better, that I won't just go back to eating a bunch of shit again. I'm gonna obviously have some from time to time. I'm not gonna devoid myself of that, but that's another thing to point out. My actual diet could have been better, but I didn't pressure myself to have like a crazy diet. I just set myself a calorie goal, and some days I did go over it. I mean, some days I had a KFC. You know, it happens, but I maintained, you know, it consistently enough, and you know, I got through it, and I've seen a lot of like progress. I think I lost 5 kg in total, and I didn't even like really take care of my diet that well, and I still managed to lose 5 kg, which is great. I started at 80 or 81. I'm 75 now. Picture, that's just easy. You just take a picture of yourself. Push up every night. Around day 50 was when I like plateaued. I could get up to 50 in a row, but then after that I had to like do 50 and then wait to do the rest. So it did get challenging towards like the final few days. I do want to keep up with push-ups, so not add one extra like every other day or every day. But, you know, I think just doing like 30 a day would make a huge difference. I can do 30 a day, that won't be an issue. It just makes you feel better, like the dopamine rush you get from like just doing push-ups. Like, you stand up after you do it and you just are heavy breathing. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. So I'm definitely going to keep up with that. And finally, workout. Hold on, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Yeah. Gym. I'm very happy with how I've been in the gym. For those that don't know, when I was in college, which over here, well, I don't know what that is in America. It's like, that's like still high school, but in the UK it's separate. Yeah, in college, I had about a year where I did go very consistently. I think it was like 10 months, where I actually went like 5 times a week. Like, I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. During my break, like my breaks between lessons. On top of that, like cycling to and from college and to and from the gym every day. So I was doing like 4 cycle trips a day, plus gym. I really did well with that. I just didn't eat well when I did that, so I didn't actually see much progress. But I was very consistent, and I hadn't been that way since then. So it'd been like, what, 2 years since I'd like really been in the gym, like consistently. So when I started this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the gym. I'm gonna get over my fear again of my social anxiety, and I'm just gonna go. I'm just going to work out. I made it so I only needed to do about 45 minutes a day. Some days I did a bit more, some days I did a bit less, but I tried to stick to 45 minutes a day, 4 to 5 workouts in that progressive overload. And it just made things so much better. I mean, for one, I went very early. I like to go to the gym early in the morning when it's not busy and when it's at the start of the day, because then I can get it done with. So being in the gym from like 7:50 to like 8:45, like, 8:40, it's just nice. It's a nice way to start the day. I can come home, have a coffee like I am now. It's literally what I've done today. And just relax and get my day properly started. And I've just seen so much progress. I mean, I feel so happy that like I started this, but I want to make it clear. People look at me and they think I'm skinny. I have a dad bod. Like, I am not a skinny guy. Like, I am a skinny guy, but I've got all my fat is stored in my thighs and in my belly. Annoyingly. So I have the appearance of a skinny fat guy if I have my shirt off. 75 days later, and I've still got that. But God, I just look so much better. And I feel so much better. Like, that's so important. Going to the gym, it just makes you feel better. You just feel more confident in yourself. Like, I found myself walking around in the house now with my shirt off. I never used to do that. I'm not anything crazy. I'm not like Eddie Hall. But I just have something there now. There's like actually muscle there. Like, for whatever reason, my arms grow significantly more than like any other part of my body. I know they're technically what's being worked out the most, but like my arms have significantly grown. My chest has developed, which is awesome. My face fat is gone. Like, I actually have like a jaw now. Like, I have my jawline back. Yeah, gym is so important. I love going. I don't love going to the gym, but I love the outcome of going to the gym, and that's what keeps me going. And to anyone in here, like, that's watching this, just, if you've got a habit that you want to start, just do it. Like, genuinely, there is nothing stopping you. I was so afraid to go back to the gym. Within 3 days, I felt fine. I did not feel any form of anxiety, because at the gym, no one cares about you. No one cares. People will glance over at you, but that's just because it's either you look at your phone or you look around. They're not actually looking at you for any specific reason, unless you are a weirdo. But even if it's other stuff, if you want to draw more, find a way of drawing more. Keep a notebook with a pen on your desk, or like near your bed. If you want to journal, just do it in your notes app. If you want to, just set an alarm for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes before bed. Do your journaling, just write it down. The main thing that I learned from, I read Atomic Habits, which is a book by, I think he's called James Clear. I read that 2 years ago now, I think. I didn't get much from it, because I need to read it again. But the one thing I learned most was habit stacking is the best way of making a habit. Say you want to drink 6 litres of, not 6 litres of water. Say you want to drink 3.5 litres of water a day. Right? For me, that is 6 refills of my water bottle. What I did was I made sure by midday I had 3. I made sure I had half of my water done between 6 a.m. when I woke up and 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. whatever that is, midday. Then after that, typically I would have my fourth, if I could. But like if I was at home, I would use the other half of my day and split it. I have a bad Diet Coke addiction. I love drinking Diet Coke or Pepsi Max. It is my kryptonite. I have 3 liters. Oh my god, I keep getting that wrong. 3 refills of my bottle. Then I have a Pepsi Max. Then I have another refill of my bottle. Then I have a Pepsi Max. Then I have another refill of my bottle. Then I have a different drink. And, you know, before I knew it, I had, you know, like 3 hours left of my day. And I had all my water drank. Some days it wasn't like that. Some days it was a lot harder, especially at uni. For some reason, I just don't drink my water when I'm at uni. But it's easy. Habit stacking is super important. You want to... This is going to be targeted if they ever listen to this. If you want to clean your room, set a timer or put a song on. Put an album on. Try and finish that task within that album's runtime. But then, even if you've not finished and the album ends, leave it. And then slowly just adapt that habit. And eventually, you'll be able to clean much faster and get everything done in half the album's runtime. You know, there's so many ways of doing it, and obviously this has been going on for nearly 17 minutes now, but genuinely, I think habits are so crucial. I wouldn't say do 75 hard. I would say do your own 75 hard. Make your own. Make it catered to what you want to do. You know, that's the beauty of the challenge, really. You've just got to be disciplined. 75 days is a long time. That's 2.5 months. But I've done it now. We're nearly in April. I started at the beginning of January. And now look. Yeah. You can do it. Genuinely, you can do it. Also want to say to anyone that's watched my video on the main channel, thank you. It's not been doing great, which is unfortunate because I really do feel like it's my best work. But I'm going to keep trying. The whole point is I make it because I love it at the end of the day. I'm not making it to earn money. I'm making it because I enjoy it. Because I really love expressing my feelings on, you know, games and media and things like that. But to anyone that hasn't watched it, I really hope you do. It's a good video. But yeah. Just wanted to share that little insight. Yeah. That's it, really. I did get a new hard drive as well. I have 5 terabytes now, so I spent 9 hours yesterday moving all of my files from one drive to another. Because I ran out of space to even record footage. So, yeah. Whoops. But yeah. That's all I have to say, really. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. That's what I used to say. Damn. And I will see you all very soon. Peace.